Going Deep on HBO debuts Tuesday night, and you can stream it on HBO Max as well. It is the life story of one of our favorites, and so same with America, quite frankly. He is a Super Bowl champion 4 times over, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and part of NFL on Fox. He's Terry Bradshaw back here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Terry?
Hey, Rich. How you doing, buddy?
Oh.
I went outside to get my AirPods, and obviously,
Yeah.
they're dead. They're dead. So I've got you here.
Okay.
Hope you can hear me. Okay.
I can hear you. It sounds great.
Oh, good.
It sounds great.
Good.
Congrats on this doc. I know you don't like talking about yourself, and I know you seriously. I know you don't. I know you'd rather talk about anything else other than yourself. And so for you to sit down and share so much, is pretty cool. So congrats on it.
It's not. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're welcome.
It's hard to do things like that. It has a lot of vainness in it. It just, I don't want to. You talk about your life. One of the problems with something like this is maybe you have to go back and open up old wounds, and I didn't want to do that. Took me a long time to agree to do this, just simply because I didn't want to do that. And I thought this would be a really neat thing, and they filmed it at the Clay Cooper Theater in Branson, which really made it fun. And because that's where I perform. I'll be performing there this off season, so it's good for him, good for the show. And so from that standpoint, I was really happy to do it. And you're right, the rest sitting down, talking, opening it up, not exactly something I enjoy.
Well, I mean, people want to know your story, Terry, and I know you might, you're a humble guy in that respect, but people want to know your story. What are you surprised the most that you shared for this documentary that even surprised you? Wow, I went there.
I think my wife watched it. Eric Shanks at Fox watched it. That's 2. I did.
Yes.
I did watch it, but I wouldn't watch it. Although my wife said you really don't have to watch it, but just listen to it, and so you can comment on it. And so we were driving in the car, and so she put it through her phone through the car speakers, and even just she and I driving, it's not. I didn't really like hearing that at all. So, Rich, I've been in television 43 years, and I've only watched one show ever.
Which one is that?
One show.
What's that?
And CBS made me sit down and review the very next day after my first show on NFL Today, and watch that show and then critiqued me and tell me, do this. That's the only one I've ever watched.
Have you never seen any of your movies back, Terry? Have you never seen any?
I saw the movies because I quite honestly thought I was fabulous in them. I did.
Fantastic.
The movies were fun.
Yeah.
And you're just playing a character or trying to. You're really yourself. So I didn't have a problem with the movies. At Failure to Launch, heck, I got naked. Naked. And I just got a kick out of that. But so the movie's not hard. The singing, I don't know why I'm nervous about watching myself sing. That's probably because I'm not very good. Maybe that's why. So that might have something to do with it.
Well, it's kind of neat that this documentary, again, is the through line is your show, and then everything else kind of branches off from that, and then the pop culture stuff. We've talked about it before when you've been on this show. Yeah. And I can't get enough of that. The story of how you wound up in Burt Reynolds movies is amazing. Yeah. Can you just dive into this a little bit here?
Well, yeah, I'll give you the short version. They did a skit. They used to NBC did a skit the night before Super Bowl 10, and Burt went on there, and it's in the documentary. You can believe they play it.
Yep.
And basically take shots at me. And we go on and win, and it was about the dumb thing. And was it about the dumb thing? I'm not sure. May have been. Anyway, we win the game, and he catches all kind of heck from the Pittsburgh Steelers fans for what he did to me. And I'd started singing and traveling, doing country music shows, opening for, some big stars, and then doing my own in small clubs around the country. And so I was traveling in L.A., and I was doing the Palomino Club. And I had 2 shows there. And his agent, David Gershenson, delivered huge bouquet of carnations or some, I don't know what they were, but they were beautiful, in a horseshoe shaped, and with a letter, "I'm so sorry. I really like you. I respect you. I can identify with you, the hardships and all. And I wish I'd have never done that. I had reservations about doing it because how much I enjoy watching you as a player."
From Burt Reynolds?
It's a beautiful letter.
From Burt Reynolds?
I wish I'd have kept it. Yeah.
Huh.
So, and he said, David Gershenson, who ended up being my manager forever, he just passed away. He said, "Burt would like for you, if you've got time tomorrow to come out on the set, he'd like to meet you personally if you have to fly out of town." I said, "Well, I got a show in Albuquerque, but I got a day off." And so the band went on, and I stayed over and went out to meet Burt on the shoot of not Cannonball Run, but Hooper, the stunt movie. And so I went out there, and he came out of his trailer, and he grabbed me, and he hugged me, and kissed me on the cheek, and told me how much he loved me and how sorry. I mean, that's amazing. And so we talked about everything in the world, and it put me right at ease being around such a star. And then he said, "I got to have you in this movie." I said, "I'm no actor." He said, "Yeah, you are too. You're an actor. You can do this. It's easy. I want to put you in this movie." So he called Hal Needham and has him come over, and he says, "I want to put him in the movie." Introduced me to Hal Needham. So they sat on the top of Burt's truck, and they opened up the script, and they wrote me in, and they wrote me all in the script. So, okay, you're going to be this guy from Houston, Texas, and would give me a filming date to be there. So I came out and did I did Hooper in a make-believe makeshift. We did it in the parking lot, actually, of the Palomino Club, and they made it look like the Palomino Club, and so that's my first movie. Yeah.
And then you were in 5. Yeah, and then you were in 5 Burt Reynolds movies in your career.
And I did 3 Evening Shades with him, and
damn. All born out of that segment that he did, making fun of you and then feeling bad. And then
I used to go to his mom and dad's house in Jupiter, Florida. And we'd sit on the porch and drink iced tea. Then I would go to his theater with him and Sally Fields, and we just did a lot of cool things together. I don't know. He just liked me, He just Evening Shade was a scream. I mean, that was so much fun. He's so much fun. If you ever watch Burt's movies, those that he is in control of, you'll always see the same cast of characters. He always has Alfie is always one of his guys, a little bitty short guy, always one of his buddies, and he's always in every movie. And just Burt, he's just loyal.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.